In American cities where Muslims have been allowed to invade, we continue to witness the devastating effects. All American towns bear zero resemblance to what they were before, as the cancer of Islam rapidly transforms these places into crime-ridden Sharia swamps. While most of us have been focused primarily on places like Minneapolis and Dearborn lately, there's a city in Pennsylvania that is rapidly going to crap after the Muslim populace has been allowed to completely take over, and now feds have a nightmare on their hands. The western portion of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is now being dubbed America's Mecca and Muslim town thanks to the alarming demographics change that has transformed the once all-American city over the past several years. The city has a Muslim state senator, Muslim city council members, Muslim city board of commissioners, and up until recently, had a Muslim police chief. With Muslims now having successfully infiltrated the city with prominent positions within the city government, residents are now forced to live under Sharia, where local schools are now required to adhere to all Muslim holidays, where the city hall now hosts an annual iftar dinner in celebration of the holy month of Ramadan. Everywhere you go, Muslims in the bank, Muslims in the hospital, in the police department, said one resident. With the black flag of Islam now symbolically raised over the city, non-Muslim residents are now being plagued with a constant barrage of Muslim-perpetrated crime, and the list of crimes in recent months is so extensive, it will blow your freaking mind. Several months ago, a local imam at a West Philadelphia mosque tried to enforce Sharia law onto his congregation by trying to chop off the hand of a member accused of stealing money. The attack happened after prayer services and was so severe, the victim's hand was almost severed completely off. In another incident last year, a Philadelphia Muslim tried to assassinate a police officer in the name of Allah, where the cop narrowly came out of the incident alive. When you look at the video, this is one of the scariest things I've ever seen, Commissioner Ross said. This guy tried to execute the police officer. The police officer had no idea he was coming. It's amazing he's alive. In another incident heavily censored by the liberal media, a Philadelphia mother was arrested after federal agents learned of her plot to abandon her 2 children and join ISIS in Syria in order to pursue martyrdom operations with an ISIS fighter she married over the internet. FBI agents raided her home the day she was scheduled to leave the country, after she began circulating ISIS propaganda online. Mosques in Philadelphia have become enemy outposts, where imams are radicalizing and training their Muslims to carry out attacks on Americans, as evidenced by the radical Philadelphia mosque leader Asim Abdurrashid, whose congregation member tried to assassinate a police officer last year in the name of Allah. Philadelphia also boasts the first all-Muslim Boy Scouts group, where young males are indoctrinated by terrorists from the CARE organization and taught how to handle weapons and kill people through combat training techniques. Creeping Sharia reported on Joe Allah Scouts, and Group for Boys that's nothing more than a jihadist training camp. They reported, the children joining Joe Allah Scouts are as young as 7 years of age. This is disconcerting, when considering some of the activities of the group, which include hand-to-hand combat, firearms training and survival tactics. Photographs from the group's official website show the kids dressed in military fatigues, hiking through the woods, and engaged in wrestling. What makes things worse are the type of individuals linked to Joe Allah Scouts. One is Karlan Safir, the legal officer and first lieutenant of the Scouts. Safir is also the president of UMM, a member of the UMM Masjid's board of directors, general counsel, and the joint community outreach chair of the Philadelphia office of the Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, an entity affiliated with the terrorist organization Hamas. Joe Allah Scouts are no Boy Scouts. The group is run by those who wish to use the most innocent in our society for sinister means. It is a type of abuse that, up until this point, has gone unnoticed. But now that it's been made public, the public needs to speak out, so that the city of Philadelphia does the right thing. This is just a handful of incidents that have happened over the past year that have all been heavily censored by the liberal media. It's absolutely sick what's going on right underneath our noses, as Muslims' disturbing plans to completely invade and take over our country is being accomplished at an alarming rate. Islam cannot coexist with the Constitution of the United States. And until we as Americans finally rise up and demand that Islam is made illegal, this cancer will continue to spread. If we don't get a handle on this quickly, it won't be long until American cities resemble Europe's landscape, where terror attacks are a daily occurrence, and Sharia no-go zones are all over the place.